SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. The keys are here. The keys go here. I can't look at the keys because the keys are here under keys. That's why I couldn't find the key. It's in my keys. I have a key ring. That's where the keys go. Two of you pointed this out to me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't know how I forgot that, but I forgot that. Whatever, it's fine. I say it's fine, so it's fine. Thank you for coming to this, despite everything. Now then, where are we? What are we doing? It's 9:50 p.m. Yes, I'm very attractive. Great, thank you. Who are you even talking to? I got 10 minutes before the pigs shows up. The pigs show up. The pigs shows up, yes. What can I do in that time? Well, number one, let's go upstairs and make sure Claudia's still there. She's probably still there. I know I just went and checked right after I stepped out of the room and she was still there. But I've gone like three rooms away now. And I'm losing confidence. It's very possible, right, that not arresting her was a mistake. My brain told me that. My brain is the game. The game told me that. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know that I could... There she is. Cool. Hi. Leaving. I don't know that I could deal with the facing the pigs alone, you know? I mean, it might have gone fine, or I might have had a total breakdown. And it seems very important, and... Well, I don't know. I have a lot of questions with no answers about the actions I took last episode, but there's not much to be done about it aside from just dealing with the fact that decisions are made. The cook's gone. Does he go home? He goes home in the evening, doesn't he? After 9 o'clock, he's just gone. It's not that I told him to stop cooking the borscht. It's because he goes home for the night. Okay, so I didn't, like, ruin his career or anything. I have the key to this door. If I go in there, I suspect it's going to be quite an undertaking. I don't know if I can go in there and look at 10 minutes worth of stuff and then come back out, but the only other thoughts I have for wasting 10 minutes is like to just open up one of my books and spend a couple seconds looking at it, which would probably take 15 minutes, and then I could go talk to the pigs, but that seems silly, so...
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Try the workshop spare key on the door.
The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years, but then the lock clicks.
Beautiful. Continue.
Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb haunted by regal spirits from distant ages.
How much of it? Wow, I just barely make medium checks with Inland Empire, but I guess I've never put much focus on it, despite the fact that it says some interesting things. Continue.
No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
That's very practical of your perception. Okay, sure. Let's open up. Okay, so we've got several things, first off. I should probably get out a flashlight, because the lights are definitely out in here. Let's see. That should be fine. I can always get the pry bar out if I need it. What's this? This pinball says, Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. That seems appropriate. There's an elevator down, and there is... What is this? This pinball is white Deora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. Okay. A note. NB! The spare key is tied to the bush outside of the corner room window. The spare key is tied to the bush. So whoever wrote that note tied the key to the bush. NB? NB. Do I know any NBs? Not Gaston, that's the old man with the sandwich. Gart over there is not an NB. Who was the person who used to work here before? I feel like it was Simone or something like that, and so it's not her. It's not... Oh, wait, you know, that could be relating to the... Friggin... Give me a second. Friggin' give me a second. Claudia, that's not her actual name. I don't know her actual name. I don't know if I could have forced it out of her when I was, interrogating her about her lies. But it could be that NB is her name. But why would that be down here? Probably not. I don't know who NB is. I don't think this is a matter of just thinking it through. I don't think, unless, well, I don't know. I can't think of it right now, and that's all I can say. $5, I'll take it. Thank you. 5 real, I guess. What's this?
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine? Ignore the machine. Do not ignore the machine.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Wait, it's actually powered on back here? Also, how do I know all this about pinball? I mean, I guess, I've got a past life. It could be that I did pinball back in the day, but continue?
Lit. A phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinball scene.
Oh.
Any pinball scene, really.
That kind of lit. Not it's lit up like it's powered, plugged in or whatever. Okay, got it. Kim, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine. No, I'm out. No, we're not doing that. Kim.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
The lieutenant glances at the machine. Wait, you've played it?
A little.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Huh. Okay. Perhaps. I'm surprised that's not, esprit de corps. That sounds like an esprit de corps thought. Anyway, let's take a closer look. Pull out the machine.
Oh, great.
The lieutenant sighs. Listen, we gotta kill 6 minutes. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Continue.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin-operated.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Continue.
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
Finger boy? Lean closer and read the text. Inspect the playing field. $1 to play. 1 real, I should say. Pinball isn't for me. Leave. The question is, if I were to walk away, do I have a chance to come back? Because here's the thing. I do have my big armor gloves on, which is good for my interfacing, but I can do better. I could do better is the thing. Let's read the text.
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
Okay. Heroic Gordy. Sure. Where do the mountain goats come into it? He climbed a very tall mountain, and perhaps the mountain goats came into it in some fashion there. I don't know. Is that an encyclopedia check that I perhaps failed? By any chance failed just now? I'm not sure. Inspect the playing field.
The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble.
Okay, understood. Continue.
The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain.
I see. Okay, continue.
Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
The goats to the summit? We're getting the goats to the summit now. What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as bulls.
I see. Okay. So I can either pay $1 right now or I can walk away saying it's not for me. The question is, do I have a chance to change clothes and come back in for this, or do I just have to go for it right now? I wonder. I got 3 minutes to kill, so... I've got the gloves on. It's fine. Just go for it.
It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease.
I just got an achievement that said Gertie Ball is lit. Also, this has taken me 15 minutes, which is way more than I was expecting. And Kim is so annoyed. Continue.
Go, go, Fingerboy.
That's me.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Really? You got some backstory here, Kim? Wait, what kind of guy was he then? I'm pretty good at this. Continue playing. Enough with the fun. Leave. What kind of guy was he?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels.
I see.
A masked nationalist.
A racist mountaineer?
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That is not cool. Technically, the human beings are at the top of the food chain, so... Yeah, but that attitude, man, that's not gonna get you anywhere. Nah, it's not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
Why do you know so much about Cornelius Gordy there, Kim? Continue.
But you seem to be having fun.
He nods at the machine. I'm pretty good at this. Enough with the fun. It is time to go see the pigs. But I am pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3.
Good. Continue.
Natural selection.
Sure, I suppose. Continue.
Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Sure, that makes sense. Concentrate and aim for the narrow passage. Bam!
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through.
Beautiful. Continue.
Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine.
What?
Something glass.
Whoops. Is that good? Is that bad?
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Clearly. Continue.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
The lieutenant nods. Okay, so if you make it to the top of the mountain, the pale descends and ends the game, I assume?
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness.
This is horrifying for a pinball machine. Continue.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next.
I'm not dressed for the job, but maybe I can pull it off. Continue.
Hit the pads as fast as you can. Maximum attack. Not even a bullet can get through.
I suspect that's not exactly how this is going to work, Endurance.
You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Good for me. It's also an hour past the meeting time. Is that going to be bad? Continue.
You're in a perfectly balanced system where neither you nor the pal is able to get the upper hand. This could go on forever.
Kim, it can be done. Just watch. Reaction speed legendary 14. Stay on the ball. -1. Bad at ball games. Oh no. Why do they even make these if it's impossible to win? Give up. Winning is too stressful. I don't have the reaction speed for sure, but, Kim.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake, and then it's all over.
Uh-huh. So wait a second. Now I have 2 options that are both exactly the same. Why do they make these if it's impossible to win? Give up. Winning is too stressful. Or stay on the ball, but I have a 3% chance of success. Fine. It's failure, but I accept it.
How if you can't even see it?
Yep.
The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee.
Yeah. Great. Continue.
There goes nothing, finger boy.
Afraid so. Thanks, interfacing. And Well, that sure was something, huh, Kim? Yep. Okay. Hey, whoop.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
This isn't really the time interfacing, but okay. Run your finger across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Diora? How about we fire up one of these bad boys and play some ball? Let's move on then. What's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme. Probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
He looks around thinking. Kim seems to know a thing or two about pinball, huh? Continue.
Diora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era, on the Muindi Isola. The others being Ria Silvia and Advesperasket. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually.
That's just like your opinion, man. Continue.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
How about we fire up one of these bad boys and play some ball? Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim. Well, it doesn't sound like he doesn't enjoy pinball. It sounds like he has strong opinions about what constitute good pinball, which is the opposite of not enjoying pinball, isn't it?
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He really doesn't want to talk about it. Continue.
He doesn't.
Right. What about that other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? Want to play that?
No.
Well, I didn't actually ask you in the first place if you wanted to fire one of these bad boys up. Did you want to?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
He looks away. Well, and also the goat one, but that's fine. Continue.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
I have an encyclopedia check. Encyclopedia is, in fact, my... whatever he does, the stat that you put an extra thing in at the beginning because of the archetype that I accidentally chose. So 92% chance is pretty good. Think. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi.
Kim Pinball Kitsuragi.
Whoa. Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. Kimball. I don't think he's going to like that I remembered this, apparently. Thing. Continue.
Exactly. That's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him.
Isn't it precedes him? I always thought it was precedes, not proceeds, but maybe it is proceeds him. Oh, right, it comes first. I don't know. It probably proceeds him. They probably did their homework on this one. You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi. Hey, Kimball. I'm not gonna talk to him about that. That would probably be the respectful thing to do, but I'm hardly the respectful guy. I'm just gonna bring it up without the obnoxious portmanteau nickname that I'm guessing he would not. He's not gonna like that I know it. But let's at least see what he has to say about it.
So now he remembers.
He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes his glasses off and cleans them. Apparently now I remembers.
Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, a.k.a. the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations.
He puts them back on. You don't seem to really like pinball.
No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science-fiction, and historic romance franchise.
That was as French as you could possibly say that sentence, aside from actually saying it in French. So did you just get really burnt out on it? Continue?
It is lame.
Then why are you called Pinball?
I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a
Oh.
long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy.
It's in your past and you're looking to leave it behind. How did you ... I'm guessing you're going to interrupt?
Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. It's how I started out in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop.
He puts his glasses back on. Okay, so he infiltrated a pinball ring? What's a pinball ring? What's a pinball ring, Kim? Lame or okay? I'm just gonna go with okay.
It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion.
He
I
shudders.
trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide.
So that's why you're really good at pinball, but you hate it. Huh. Continue.
End of story.
You were a juvie cop for 15 years? Wait a second. Wait. Fair point. Yeah, he did say that. I registered, my brain took that as he was a juvenile police officer, which is to say that I read it as that he was a juvenile police officer when he was 15 years old. No, he was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. How does that work?
That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball.
He looks at the pinball machine and breathes in. Continue.
So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno.
Oh.
Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop.
Wait, so that's why you didn't want to talk to Kuno. So that's why you didn't talk to Kuno. I'm going to call you Pinball now. I'm going to call you Kimball now. Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi to me. So that's why you didn't want to talk to Kuno.
It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
He nods. I'm going to keep calling you Kim. It would be hilarious at your expense to call you Pinball or Kimball, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm calling you Kim.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too.
He nods.
Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path. through the whirling.
No, in fact, what we need to do is go meet with the pigs immediately. I hope that she is still there. This is nice talk and everything. And maybe it would have been more interesting if I'd started calling you Kimball, but... like... the fact that we dredged up this part of your history and you're like, yeah, no, I'm really not pleased about that particular slice of my life. Could we stop talking about it? Where would I be if I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start calling you that for the rest of our time together. That's just... it's just unkind. Probably funny, too, but it's just unkind. Okay, so I was supposed to meet her at the boardwalk. I'm guessing it's going to be where the, murdered guy... not murdered, he wasn't murdered. Where the dead man was. The one who slipped while drunk. That would be my guess, anyway. It's a good place for, you know... I think I found the pigs. I believe I've found the pigs. What do I do about this situation? Okay, oh, I still have my logic glasses on. What am I thinking? Composure? Is composure good? Esprit de Corps is probably good. Shivers is probably good. It's a minus to authority. Is that going to be a problem? The pigs isn't going to recognize my authority regardless, right? The pigs is the pigs, probably. I don't understand what I'm dealing with yet, aside from that she has a siren, which is more than I can say. Empathy? Is empathy going to matter here? Or is perception good? Don't even know. I wasn't expecting the siren. The siren is setting me off my game. Let's see. What do we do? What do we do? Savoir faire? I mean, that's probably not going to be that helpful, but it might stop me from doing anything stupid, I guess. I don't know. Stupid stuff is all I do every day forever, though. That's the other thing. Inland Empire. Sure. And this way, you know, I've got shades on, so she can't tell if I'm spooked, maybe. Which I am. Put
your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone. Okay, I didn't do that, and I'm also standing right next to you. Is that okay? Are we good?
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now.
She screams in the megaphone.
Show me your hands. Right now.
They're right here. Continue.
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand.
My gun, presumably.
Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease.
I see. Continue.
Madame, please drop the firearm immediately.
Kim, she's a little to your left. You're not... that's not where... Continue.
You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
Wait, what should we do, Kim? Raise your hands. Easy, ma'am. Take it easy. I don't feel as comfortable being separated from my multi-tool. No, I need this ledger to take notes. Wait options usually mean that I can circle back around, but this may not be the time. If I drop these things, do I actually lose them? Will she collect them off the ground? I don't know. She cannot have my ledger, but okay, I'm gonna count on the format of the game to let me come back around to this option if I say do the wait option. What should we do, Kim?
This is bad. Getting your weapon back is the priority. We can't have an unhinged civilian running around with a gun.
The lieutenant whispers. Indeed, I agree with that. You continue.
Comply, or I will light you the fuck up.
She continues to yell as she lumbers about. Okay. Do we just drop the things and raise my hands? If it'll get her to calm down for an instant? Saying this will probably not help that much. Kim's got a gun out. I don't have a gun that I can contribute to this. Raise your hands.
The man appears to be pulling out an object from his pocket. Fear the threat! Fear the threat!
Her eyes fill with terror. Okay, continue.
Superseding event. Split-second decision. Get on the ground. Get on the goddamn ground!
I wasn't taking anything out of my pockets. Ma'am, we just want to talk to you. Neither of these is going to go well. I should have put on my bulletproof vest now that I think about it. We want to talk to you.
Subject yourself to a full body cavity search. Prohibited materials concealed in nostrils, ears, mouth, navel, urethra, foreskin, vagina, and rectum.
I have an impressive physiology, according to you. Continue.
In her mind, the cavity search is happening, as long as she's saying it. It appears the things she says are very real to her.
It does appear that way. Continue.
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
Easy for you to say. Yes, I'll try. Continue.
The situation looks bad. Calm yourself. Steady your breathing.
That seems important. Composure. Continue.
You'll have to go for the gun sooner or later. Perhaps you can learn crucial facts before you do.
We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon. Please identify yourself, ma'am. You're not the police. We're the police. Formidable hand-eye coordination check. Time to get my gun. Doesn't look good. Let's deal with this later. Can I just walk away? Is that a thing I can do? I wonder if I actually can. Let's try talking to her. And then if it seems things are under control enough, I'll leave, put on my hand-eye coordination clothing, such as it is, and try again. Okay. Please identify yourself?
It's the goddamn police shitbag.
She yells into the
Cut
megaphone.
Pavement. You're under arrest.
I'm really not, though. Continue.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs?
Are you on drugs? Is the new option. That isn't it. +1. This is the pigs. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not the police. We are the police. Are you on drugs?
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Eyewitness report compromised.
The megaphone makes her voice almost painfully metallic. That is true. Continue.
I don't think she's on drugs. Being off drugs might actually be the problem here.
Ah, I see. Well, unfortunately, I'm ill-prepared to hook her up at this point. The lieutenant whispers, by the way. Okay. Please lower the weapon.
Officer in need of assistance. Suspect alert. Get on the ground.
Her eyes dart between you and Kim. Continue.
Ma'am, please. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon.
The lieutenant is trying to maintain eye contact. Indeed. That blow her away, Lieutenant, would absolutely set her off. That's it, you're under arrest. Would probably set her off as well. Let's just talk, all right?
Disturbance reported. Authorized deadly force. Sector, take the shot. Big red key. Big red key.
Her head snaps at you. I hope she's not about to shoot me. Continue.
Big red key. That's code for the battering ram. Cop talk. You know this.
Huh. Okay, so she knows a thing or two about police, despite not being the police. You're not the police. We're the police.
Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
She lowers the megaphone halfway, but immediately raises it up and raises it again and screams that other thing. Baby, you know who I am. Everybody knows Wink. Back up. There's nothing to back up. Nobody. I can't read. That siren is driving me nuts. Okay, back up. This backup, there's nothing to back up, nowhere to back down. The terrible finale is on us. Yes, I'm the backup, Resistance, here to back you up. Lieutenant W. Frieder, Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Sharky from the 57th. Oh, she thinks we're her backup. If we give her information, maybe that'll calm her down? Maybe? This is obviously, Apocalypse Cop talking. I'm gonna stay out of that one for now. This one.
No. No. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth.
Who?
Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
The crazed woman mumbles, shaking her head. Suddenly she raises the megaphone and screams. Okay, continue. Who's Gareth Morand? I don't even know. Continue.
What's the situation, officer?
The lieutenant hesitates, addressing the officer. The woman. The lieutenant hesitates, addressing the woman. Continue.
Law enforcement compromised. Impersonating a police officer.
She screams in the megaphone. Red and blue lights illuminate the spit flying everywhere. Great, continue.
Does she not believe you two are actually police officers?
Wait, what if she's right and I actually am an imposter? Yeah, I'm in full RCM lieutenant's uniform and look at my partner. We're cops, all right. We really are cops. Look, white rectangles. We really are cops. Look, my badge. Take out your badge and show it to her. Hey, you're the one impersonating a police officer. We do have a wait option. It's not a productive one. Kim probably won't appreciate it if I bring it up, but I have a wait option.
Now? It's not the time.
The lieutenant takes a deep breath and steadies his voice. Agreed, you're right. Okay. If I take out my badge, she's going to see me taking something out. But it might prove things. She does have a gun sort of pointed in my direction, which is a concern. Getting something out at this point is probably going to set her off. Let's try the white rectangles approach.
License and registration, license and registration. Come in, dispatch. Sector, Azimuth.
She repeatedly bashes the megaphone against her head, then screams in the bloody mouthpiece. Continue?
It's not a code, just disjointed words.
It really does seem to be. Yeah, continue.
She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood.
Okay. That didn't help at all. All of that didn't help at all. I have a 42% chance of success, which is not great. Hand-eye coordination. Ugh. Can I leave it for later? Can I change my clothing and come back? Is it going to let me? Let's find out.
We can't leave. A delirious civilian is pointing firearm at us. Your firearm. You need to solve this.
I know, but like clothing helps for some reason. Okay. 42% chance is not good, but I can't make it better. Time to get my gun.
All right, here's the plan. You hurled a ledger in her face, already darting right, and immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist.
Okay, I'm glad you seem to have this under control. Hand-eye coordination. No shame about her wrist, though. Continue.
No, that won't be necessary. Look closer. The gun, all three barrels, red and blue light shining through. It's not loaded.
Whisper Kim, I'm almost certain there are no bullets in that gun. My God, it's not loaded. The gun isn't loaded. Ma'am, the weapon you're holding is mine, and I know it has no bullets. Go ahead, pull the trigger. I dare you. Let's go ahead and let Kim know what's going on.
Huh? My God, I think you're right.
The lieutenant studies the swaying firearm. Okay. I'm gonna go with just the straight honesty thing here. That's my weapon. It has no bullets.
What?
The woman looks at the weapon in disbelief, her eyes suddenly reddish with tears. She looks straight down the barrel and squeezes the trigger. Oh no, wait!
This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. What is this?
Was that a suicide attempt just now? A click, nothing happens. She looks at the useless weapon. Continue.
Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
The gun lands on the wooden planks and tears run down her scratched cheeks. This woman is not well. Continue.
Grab the gun, right now. This might be your only chance.
Pick up the gun or I'm done with this gun. Leave it behind forever. Pick up your gun.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Her voice is growing fainter as she rocks back and forth slowly. Thank you for stopping the siren, the pigs. Continue.
Great gears are grinding to a halt. The machine is powering down. She's all out of jolt.
That does appear to be the case. Continue.
Poor woman. We need to figure out what to do with her now.
The lieutenant holsters his pistol, thank goodness. I need a flashlight also, because I can't see a thing now that the sirens are off. Continue.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
The old woman mumbles, staring blank at the boardwalk. There's been whenever I'm very bad at reading today. I don't know why, but whenever there's a weird grammar thing, I also tend to stumble over it. So my apologies about that. She's staring blank at the boardwalk, and that's just the way it is. I'm very sorry. This is how life turned out for you. Gently touch her shoulder. What do you think is happening to her? Should we just arrest her? Proceed. I don't think she'll necessarily take kindly to this, but who knows? It might work out. Sometimes physical contact works better than you'd think. I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you. I'm also sorry, cop. Maybe that'll help.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
What do you think is happening to her, then?
She's in a stupor. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this.
The lieutenant replies, inspecting the catatonic woman standing in the dark. But why was she like this in the first place, or understood? This one, why was she like that?
Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. Dementia and Channel 8 and loneliness.
He lowers his voice. I don't know what Channel 8 is. Nod. Neurodegenerative disease. Yes, this is what happens when you listen to too many cop shows on the radio. You're probably right. Loneliness. I guess we'll never know. Oh, that is what you mean by Channel 8? Cop shows? So I have a choice on which part of that theory I agree with. The dementia, the Channel 8, or the loneliness. It's probably a combination of all three, I suppose. But most pressing right now, I suppose, like at the core of it all, is the loneliness, right? I mean, and the dementia. If, in fact, dementia is what's happening here, it does override a lot of other things. Kind of strips away the outsides and leaves only the core feelings and urges, and I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going with the loneliness option.
Yeah, looks like a bad case. But the question is what to do with her right now.
He gives the woman a compassionate look. Well, the only option I have, I suppose I could go back in there and I could choose the other options. It's not like I'm in a hurry at this point. Let's do that. I want to do that.
She's in a stupor. Honestly, I don't know.
How about dementia?
Could be. Her hands were trembling, and she did seem uncoordinated. But what are we going to do with her?
Agrees the lieutenant. Cop dramas. Tell me
She's in
about
a
cop dramas.
stupor. Honestly, I don't know. There's a bit more to this than that. But right now, we need to decide what to do with her.
The lieutenant disagrees. Yeah, okay, so he's on roughly the same page I was. Should we just arrest her?
I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone.
What about to herself? She did attempt to fire the gun at herself. It may have just been to test whether there were bullets in it, but... And, you know, her state of mind is probably not stable. It doesn't appear to be stable, but that's still, like... Looked like an attempted suicide to me. Possibly. Continue?
We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. They might even know her family.
Wait, I was really hoping I can give her one of those station call clips. Okay, I guess this is the wait option, but I'm actually not going to do this one because no, stop it. Yeah, Titus sounds like the man for the job. I don't want to endorse the Hardy Boys' inflated sense of self-worth. They're not cops, we are. I think we can leave her just like this. I think we can just leave her like this. She'll be fine. I think you're right, Kim. I think we should contact Titus.
Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry, because it's late, and they might have already gone home.
I think they go home at 1 o'clock, so we should be okay for just now. Continue.
But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done.
Right. So long as she's still here when we come back, I guess. Continue.
Please, leave the radio on.
As you turn to leave, the faintest of voices comes from the woman. She mutters, it seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence. Continue.
Reflex to what? Being left alone.
Seemingly. Continue.
She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and fleshes now. Maybe if you search her once more.
Really? End. Okay. Oh, I have a thought that developed. Sure, not really the time, but okay.
Fairweather, T500. Remember that weakness you were looking for in the ceramic armor? Like, maybe it can only stop small, fast projectiles, but a large, slow-moving pry bar would shatter it? Or, if I run an electrical current through it, maybe it will melt. Or, personal favorite, frequency something something radio weapon.
I don't remember that
None
one.
of that would work. You need to shoot the part of the enemy that doesn't have Fairweather T500 on it, because the armor itself is invulnerable. Good news is, so are the armor pieces on you.
Wonderful. Glad to hear it. Bonuses. +2 hand-eye coordination against enemies in FT500 armor. That seems remarkably specific. I'm going to need to shoot someone in FT500 armor? Is that what you're saying? Accept. Okay, well that's not where I was expecting that to go, but understood. Let me have a look at my gun real quick. Let me just real quick have a look at it's a tool. Villiers 9mm pepper box pistol. A 3-shot revolving barrel Villiers LaSalle pepper box, typically assigned to officers of the RCM upon reaching the rank of sergeant. The butt of the gun is worn, and the engraving on the side reads, Sunrise Parabellum. Parabellum? Sunrise Parabellum. This is your gun, no doubt about it. Yeah, apparently. I don't know what that means. Hardy and the pigs. Ask Titus Hardy and his boys to take care of the pigs, the woman catatoning on the boardwalk. It's their district, their mess, their responsibility. I wonder if they'll see it the same way. All right, I just got a skill point. That's all this was about. Okay, cool. Close that down. Flashlight. Flashlight, please. Flashlight. Okay. The pigs?
The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Continue.
Is one of those things a police cap?
Is it? Continue.
There were narcotics in there, too. You're thinking of taking them. Do.
Okay, so she's got narcotics. Shake her shoulder?
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Pick up the RCM cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Is this also mine at some point? I am a lieutenant, right? Continue.
Oh, is that yours?
It might be. I don't know. Continue.
It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours.
I think so. Maybe. Probably. You know me. Mine? No, it's ours, the RCM's. I'm inclined to say that maybe probably you know me, but I suspect he'll be a little disgusted with it. This is probably the proper RCM response. I'm going to do this one anyway, though. You know me.
It's your hat.
The lieutenant nods. Confiscate the narcotics, wink, huh? I am not a safe person to have narcotics on my person. And in the past, I haven't taken people's narcotics when given the opportunity to do so. But I also suspect that... Well, wait a second. Kim said she's not on drugs. Is there a reason to confiscate them aside from taking them myself if I'm not planning on taking them myself? I wonder. Given her state of mind, though, narcotics are not really the worst thing that could happen, I suspect. I mean, I don't know. Presumably overdosing is a risk, but like... Well, then again, she's not in a frenzy anymore. Kim's right there. Maybe I can just give them to Kim? I don't know.
You take the vial of Parolidon and the bottle of speed as evidence, obviously.
I really want you to give them to Kim right now, please. Continue.
She didn't consume them. She didn't look high. She confiscated them. A little like you are doing now.
I guess. Continue.
You're taking those, are you?
Lieutenant coughs. Continue.
Listen to him, for once.
Fine, you take them then. I'm confiscating these. It's evidence. I need to do this case. I need everything I can get. Say nothing. No, give them to Kim. Give them to Kim. Fine, you take them then.
Thank you. I'm doing this to help you. We need to focus on the case.
He pockets the drugs. Good, good. Continue.
He's grateful you did this.
Yes, I am also grateful that I did this. Leave her be. I got a hat. RCM Lieutenant's hat. The cap is sturdy and comfortable and seems to retain its form very well. It fits you perfectly. The inside of it smells like cheap tobacco and typewriter ink. It feels familiar somehow. Perhaps it too is yours? Though how the pigs got it is a mystery. +1 authority, member of an organization. What do you know about that? Well, if I need authority again in the future, I guess I know where to get it. Okay, okay. There's nothing further here right now, right? We just need to go talk to the
woman
Hardys.
stands slumped. She
Right,
looks
right. Nothing more to do here. Okay, back to the church so I can fast travel. Let's go back and talk to the Hardys right now. What's this? Buzz, hum. The electricity flows through the wires with audible power. Why am I noticing that now? Did I change clothing in some fashion? I don't know. I mean, I did. I put on some stuff for this particular... Maybe it was Inland Empire. It could have been Inland Empire. Yeah, come to think on it. That might have been it. All right. Hardys. To the church, to the Hardys. Here we go. I thought for a second about calling the number for my ex-wife again, but I have to assume that she knows enough not to pick up again. But who knows? Probably would be bad for me to call that number again anyway. Oh, okay. All right, the flashlight. I should put away the flashlight. Kind of rude to shine that in people's eyes when you're indoors, yeah? There you go. All right. Close up, please. Close up. They're gone. Ah, dang it, they're gone. They're gone. Man, okay, do I have another way of reaching the Hardys? Gart, tell me about the Hardys.
Hey, was there another thing? Great. I love those.
Oh, I do have something to say. Gart, what if I told you I got into the back door, behind this blue steel door? Back room behind the blue steel door, rather.
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He controls his excitement well. That does seem to be a primary thing that Gart does. Continue.
He's really holding himself back here.
He certainly is. Continue.
It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
I'd imagine he does. Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons. A mausoleum of the dead. Pinball machines. A pinball workshop. Nothing. The black gaping maw at the end of time. Pinball machines is the accurate answer. I want to tell him they're skeletons, though. I'm telling him they're skeletons.
Yes, haha. What's actually behind there?
Okay, fine. It's pinball machines.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here, too.
Is that so? Okay, continue.
I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
He repeats. Why? Do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. Didn't check. Pinball isn't relevant to the investigation. Didn't check. Pinball is stupid. Do you want to play?
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He appears to be making a calculation in his head. Continue.
He was wondering about something business-related, about how much money he could make of one.
Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut. C-suite shit. Beat your chest. I'm a disruptor. I feel a capitalist plot coming up. I don't need his money at this point. As much as I like money, I don't think I need to. What's even the word? I don't need to force Gart to pay me. I'm going with the capitalist plot line.
Capitalist plot.
He rolls his
The
eyes.
pinball we have in the corner now is broken. I want to diversify the entertainment options.
That counts as a capitalist plot. It's just like a really low-key one. Continue.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Hey, man, I sang pretty well the other day, and you know it. Continue.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Something else I want to talk about, and it's nothing.
Yes?
Bye. Okay. Gart doesn't know where the Hardy Boys are. The Hardy Boys aren't here. The only person I can talk to around here is you, and you won't have anything to say about them
Hi
either,
again,
will ya?
Gendarme.
Nope.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Goodbye. They're not here. They went home. It'll have to wait for the morning, won't it? Man, that stinks. That stinks, though. I'm worried about that old woman out there. I don't think she's going to still be there in the morning. Hang on. Let me look at the task again. Might just be too late. I think what I'll need to do is first thing tomorrow morning check and make sure she's still there. But for the moment, there's an elevator.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Let's have a look inside.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your
Nougat?
head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
How convenient. I've never heard it pronounced nougat. Is that... I suppose that's the original pronunciation. Huh, continue.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
So that would be, what, 63 years ago? If I was born in 07 and I'm 44, that would be 63 years ago, I think. If I did my mental math right. That's a long time ago. Look at the elevator controls.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken.
How useful. Continue.
A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
About 63 years ago, maybe? Or no, more than 63 years ago. It'd have to be. That's why they haven't been doing maintenance anymore, huh? No, it would be less than 63 years ago unless they've contracted out the maintenance design. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It says last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
The lieutenant peeks in. This elevator was last maintained in the future? 88. This elevator was maintained a long time ago. I know I'm here to be the dopey one, but I'm going with the one that makes sense.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
He nods. You recognize we have a murder to solve, Kim, and I know that it's very hypocritical for me to be saying this in the first place, given how much I've delayed us, but... Anyway, continue.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
It certainly does, doesn't it? I wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. I suppose one thing is, though, that if this machine doesn't work, then that the theory about Ruby being the one who went upstairs and shot from the balcony is right out. So we have to at least test it, right? Just hopefully not die. Close the doors. Go up. Oh, boy. That was fast. Okay, we're in a whole new region. I need my flashlight, please. Flashlight, please. There you go. Also, I think my perception shoes might be in order here. Perception shoes, where are you? There you are. Do I have anything else perception-based? I can't remember off the top. It's fine. This is fine. We're good here. What's this? Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Okay. And this? Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Someone was writing something. The light's still on. Continue. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Okay. What's this? Aha. Pinball maker's coat. +1 empathy, +1 hand-eye coordination. That's a really good coat. Give me that. I'm going to have a look at it real quick. Pinball maker's coat. There it is. This dusty old coat used to belong to someone called M. Kniflocks. I was going to say that it was the note downstairs, but that was like N... Was that NB? I can't remember. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moths and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist. Let's have a look at it. Wow, I actually closed it in the front, and it doesn't seem to be fitting on very well? Is that just a No, that's Kim! That's Kim sort of melded through my leg, which is why it looks all weird. Okay. Got it. I'm going to keep on the Shivers esprit de corps coat for now, but that seems useful for a lot of situations. Okay. Great. Like that. Like that. What's this? Pinball, obviously. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now.
Seems to be. Continue.
The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. This used to be a pinball workshop. It did. These thoughts seem like they're in reverse order, don't they? This is the more observant of the two, and I usually try and be observant when I'm not being stupid, so I guess let's go with that.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
I suppose you would know about that. Shouldn't bring it up, sorry. This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
He taps his foot.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
How did I hear dust falling off a shelf? My hearing's really good.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Hardys bang away at it.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure about that, given that I did take a flying leap across the room and land on it, so it might not work anymore. Continue?
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all left over from that. What does the dice maker have to do with that?
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said.
Oh.
This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
It's all very tidy. He makes a note in his notebook. Okay, continue.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Ah, could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area? Kim's not going to appreciate it. He doesn't like this whole curse talk, but you know what? We're talking about it.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
Why should we omit that suspicion? I guess it would just make him nervous with no good reason, particularly when you don't believe in the curse. He looks around, by the way. Continue.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Yeah, I suspect that's true. Continue.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
Interesting, but unkind. Continue.
It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
For example, what? Inland Empire. Finish the thought. The Doomed Hostel? The question yet to be totally answered. Is Whirling in Rags a part of the doomed commercial area? Talk to Guard about this. See what he thinks. It's in my task list now, despite Kim asking specifically that it not be. Footprints.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
So nobody's been through here in a while, but somebody has been through here recently. Those two statements don't make sense. The dust built up a lot, but one person walked through here not too long ago. Continue. Wait, but the footprints only go this way. If, in fact, someone came through, went to the balcony, and shot Lely, but then... hang on. What's her name? Rosie? Rose? Can't remember. The one woman who we suspect of maybe being the one who did that, she would have to come back through here, right? Because then Claudia went downstairs and talked to her. Continue.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook. Someone's been here within the last week or two. Let's have a closer look at this. Crouch, study the footprints. Yes.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you. Yes?
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
Continue.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation.
You're darn right it has.
A new fact to consider.
Okay, what does this mean? Or what does this mean? I know how to emphasize words. Okay, what does it mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route leading to the roof. The roof from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant.
No doubt. Continue.
This prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer.
Ruby!
And if not, at least there are good argument for this Ruby doing it. to present to Titus.
Right, right. Rosie. I don't know where I got that from, but I knew it started with R and ended in E. Well, let's have a closer look at the footprints.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
You say the soles have done that. Is one of them worn smooth? Because that's an important thing. Continue.
One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Okay, but you're not mentioning about odd sole or whatever. Continue.
This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned.
The prints look like one person went back and forth. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging, Kim. It's true. This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it? Get up, conclude. We'll do all of them. Start at the top.
Between that and that.
He points to the elevator doors in the corner and the barred door. Yes. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging. It's true.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Who owns more than one set of shoes there, Kim? Certainly nobody would do that. He inspects the tracks closer. Continue.
I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know? But it's not an argument for her either.
It's not a clear connection. It's just someone was here. This doesn't look like a worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Definitely a boot. Get up, conclude.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Okay, well, let's move on for now. Right. Try not to step on the footprints, I guess. Kim's going to walk straight across them. He doesn't care. All right, what's this? There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
Thank you for that electrochemistry. I think I can see into Claudia's bedroom from here. What were those people doing in there? I think you know. Finish the thought. I can see into the bedroom.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
He leans closer to inspect the peephole. Remember, Kim, that your eyesight is terrible. You may not be the best person to make a judgment on that particular possibility. Continue.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
He points to the marks nearby on the floor, just in case I hadn't looked at them yet. But I did. We're good. Continue.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
Yeah, I bet you do, electrochemistry. All right, fine. What were they doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
To my understanding, they were doing something extremely natural in there, but okay, fine. Finish the thought. Door. Does it open from here?
This is the inside of the barred door you've seen before.
So what's on the other side? Claudia. Hopefully. Man, I hope she is.
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Claudia about this route. See how she reacts?
I suppose we could. Continue.
Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series, In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction.
It does appear to be the case, yeah. He does like to make references when he's feeling good. Unbar the door, let the door remain barred. What difference does that make? I mean, it's a shortcut for me if I open it up. It informs Claudia that we've figured out a way into the crawl space if... So is the idea that we talk to Claudia first before unbarring it? Huh. Let it remain barred for now, then. Okay. I know we're already over time, but let me just go talk to Claudia right now because it seems really dopey to, do that first thing next episode. When, it's already midnight and we're going to have to go to sleep at some point here. So let's just go talk to Claudia real quick. Real quick, like, right? See what she has to say about this. just like Kim suggested. Let's take Kim's advice. It's usually pretty good, right? In the past, it's been pretty good, I would say. Okay. She's gone. She's gone.
This is the door to the pinball work.
She's gone. That seems bad. She specifically promised she would be here day and night and not go anywhere, but Kim didn't say anything. So it may be a situation where she's gone because time has passed and that's just how the game works. At X time, Claudia becomes unavailable. It might be that it's just a game mechanic and we don't need to worry about it. But she's not there. I'm going to go back up and unbar the door. What? Have I ever been down here when it's this late? I suppose I probably have. What are you still doing here? I guess sometimes he just stays here this late. Guess he'll leave it around 1, like most people, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to go up and I'm going to unbar the door. Because Claudia's not here to witness it at the moment. For whatever that's worth. Here we go.
This is the
Unbar the
inside.
door. Done. Okay. So now we can just travel to here, from there. It's all one big loop. It saves me a little time. Don't know if it's going to come up. I dearly hope that Claudia has not, in fact, fled. It would make a lot of sense if Claudia has fled. She has many good reasons to flee. But I guess I wasn't expecting consequences for that particular decision quite so soon. Plus, I would feel like if she has fled, we would get out here and Kim would be like, okay, she's gone. You know? Or I would. Or somebody would. The fact that it's not commenting on it, I suspect, means it's probably fine. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to come back here tomorrow. So, I guess that's it for today. So thank you for watching. Important stuff happening here. Unfortunately, I myself was not in my best form because I can't read words today for some reason. But nevertheless, thanks for watching. Next time, we're going to advance it to day 6. First thing, pretty much, because I don't think I have any more business being out here today. I don't think there's anything else I can accomplish. I can't help but notice that I still don't have a good way of dealing with all those physical instrument checks. I don't have clothing for it. I have some clothing for it, but I don't feel like I've got what it takes in order to deal with all of them just yet. I thought that a thought was going to do it, and maybe a thought still would do it, but maybe I just don't have the thought I need for that. I'm not sure. In any case, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.